Ah, Britain, the country where the government can find endless billions for new defence infrastructure, but can't stop a handful of small boats bobbing across the channel like it's a Sunday regatta. The Scotsman reports, UK ministers vow Scottish jobs boost as new defence plan unveiled. Wonderful. Jobs for the Highlands, new contracts for defence contractors, and plenty of ribbon-cutting ceremonies. But excuse me, national security. Are we serious? You expect us to trust you with defending Britain against foreign powers, when dinghies full of illegal migrants are casually beaching themselves in Kent like it's bloody Magaluf? Let's start with the numbers. The UK is pledging £50 billion on defence over the next decade, but in the same breath, the government is blowing £8 million per day housing migrants in hotels. That's over £2.9 billion a year for room service and full English breakfasts. So let me get this straight. We can fund frigates, warplanes and missile silos, but we can't fund a border policy that works. We're fitting out Scotland with high-tech military kit, while Kent looks like the EasyJet arrivals gate. Let's talk about the English Channel. It's 21 miles across at its narrowest point. 21. You could run that with a hangover, yet the government can't police it. In 2022, 45k migrants crossed the Channel illegally. 2023, still tens of thousands. And in 2024, despite the "Stop the Boats" slogan plastered on lecterns like it's a brand logo, the crossings continued, because guess what? Slogans don't stop dinghies, patrols do, enforcement does. But where's the money for that? Oh sorry, it's tied up in defence contracts, consultants and weapons for wars we're not fighting. Remember the grand Rwanda scheme? We'll deport migrants to Rwanda. Problem solved. Except the scheme collapsed under legal challenges, cost hundreds of millions, and not a single migrant ended up on a flight. They could have saved the money and just bought everyone a one-way ticket to Centre Parks. At least then we'd have seen results. And now, we're still footing the bill for hotels, lawyers, and failed gimmicks. National security, they call it. I call it Netflix-level fiction. Now let's compare priorities. We've got new shipyards in Rosyth, radar contracts in Glasgow, aerospace hubs in the Midlands. Brilliant. Jobs, industry, patriotic photo ops. But what about coastal patrols? What about properly funding the border force? What about investing in tech to track and intercept crossings? We're building nuclear submarines to fight hypothetical wars, but we can't even stop dinghies from docking in Dover. That's like buying a Ferrari while your front door hangs off the hinges. And here's the kicker, while ministers pound their chests about protecting the realm, migrants are being ushered into 3-star hotels across the country, full board, free Wi-Fi, healthcare, benefits, all paid for by, you guessed it, the taxpayer. Pensioners are rationing heating, nurses are working double shifts. But an illegal migrant gets checked into a Holiday Inn with 3 square meals a day. If Britain was a theme park, asylum seekers just got the VIP wristband, while citizens are queuing outside in the rain. Don't get me wrong, Scottish jobs are great. Nobody's against Glaswegian welders earning a crust. But here's the irony, we're building ships in Scotland to protect Britain's borders, while Britain's borders are wide open. We'll have frigates floating around the North Sea, while dinghies cruise across the Channel unbothered. It's like installing a £1 million security system in your mansion, but leaving the front gate wide open for Amazon drivers and burglars alike. This isn't new. Remember when Theresa May promised tougher border controls, when Boris Johnson said we'd take back control, when Rishi Sunak, back when he was PM, stood at a podium with "Stop the Boats" behind him in Comic Sans level desperation. And now under Starmer, we get the same recycled lines. Integrity, accountability, competence. Yet the boats are still coming, the hotels are still filling, and the public is still footing the bill. Different faces, same failures. Here's the madness in plain English. Billions for new defence bases, billions wasted on Rwanda, billions for migrant hotels, no money for nurses, for police, for coastguards. They'll fund missiles to hit targets 500 miles away, but not jet skis to chase dinghies in Dover. They'll spend on AI defence systems, but not an app to track small boat launches. They'll buy tanks for hypothetical wars, but won't buy binoculars for border force. So when ministers say, trust us with national security, we laugh. Because if you can't secure 21 miles of water, why on earth would we trust you with cyber warfare, nuclear deterrence, or counter-terrorism? It's like hiring a bouncer who can't stop people sneaking into a pub toilet window, then promoting him to head of MI5. So, yes, jobs in Scotland are nice, new defence infrastructure is shiny, but let's not pretend this is about security. Real national security isn't about building bases in the Highlands, it's about protecting the borders, the streets, the everyday fabric of the nation. And on that, this government has failed. Billions for defence, billions for hotels, billions for failed Rwanda flights, but no solution for the Channel. Until you stop dinghies landing in Dover, don't lecture us about defending Britain, because right now, the only thing you're defending is your headlines, and the only ones winning are the hotel chains.